Hello, I'm William Howarth and welcome to my video presentation on the localization of English on the World Wide Web. We all know that the English language is used globally, but which version of English is it? With this in mind, this project aims to demonstrate that linguistics is not just a purely theoretical discipline and that experimentation has its place. So, do web pages from non-native English speakers prefer British English or American English? This journal article demonstrates that in Moldova, English is not at all prevalent, lagging behind Romanian, Russian and French, so this region is the perfect place to begin our exercise, as empirical data can accurately show whether British or American English is preferred. Through this article, we can ascertain the utility of examining related countries. So Latvia, Moldova and Russia will be the focus of this inquiry, as they are all linked through membership of the former Soviet Union. I predict that these domains will use American English due to the current ubiquity of American culture and Britain's lack of influence in this part of the world. To work out how to classify the Latvian, Moldovan and Russian domains, I will need to compare them with British and American ones through decision procedure. The data used in this investigation comes from the University of Leeds Worldwide English Corpus. These are example word lists from the Russian, Moldovan and Latvian databases. This is the data that shows the distribution of the words colour and centre. These words were chosen as their variant spellings can identify whether a text is in British or American English. The first decision procedure to be tested will be, is the frequency of colour, spelled C-O-L-O-R, greater than 50%? These results show a definite link between the response to this decision procedure and whether the domain is British or American. Therefore, according to this decision procedure, if the C-O-L-O-R spelling is used less than half of the time, the domain is in British English, and if it is used more than half of the time, the domain is in American English. We can now apply this to our Latvian, Moldovan and Russian domains. For Latvian, the C-O-L-O-R spelling is used all of the time, so this domain is in American English. For Moldovan, the C-O-L-O-R spelling is used 53.6% of the time, so this domain is in American English. For Russian, the C-O-L-O-R spelling is used 82.6% of the time, so this domain is in American English. More decision procedures are needed to verify the findings, so now we analyse the frequency of the variant C-E-N-T-E-R spelling of centre. Again, there is an obvious link between the spelling of centre and national domain. If the C-E-N-T-E-R spelling is used less than half of the time, the domain is in British English, and if it is used more than half of the time, the domain is in American English. This rule is now applied to the Latvian, Moldovan and Russian domains. In this instance, the C-E-N-T-R-E spelling is more prominent, so the Latvian domain uses British English. The C-E-N-T-E-R spelling occurs 72.7% of the time, so the Moldovan domain is classified as American English. In Russian, the C-E-N-T-E-R spelling occurs 88.7% of the time, so American English is prevalent. A third decision procedure will be used to disambiguate the results. This time, a compound test will be employed. Again, there is an obvious link between the response of the decision procedure and the national domain. So, British English domains have an average less than 50%, and American English domains have an average greater than 50%. The third decision tree is based on the question of whether the combined average frequencies of the American variant spellings is greater or less than 50%. The Latvian domain has an average combined frequency of 70.25%, so complies with American English. For the Moldovan domain, the average combined frequency is 63.15%, so uses American English. The Russian domain has an average combined frequency of 85.65%, so uses American English. All three national domains employ American English. The hypothesis is confirmed and the contemporary power of America is demonstrated, alongside Britain's historical lack of influence in this area of the world. The Latvian domain did not comply with American English all three times, which demonstrates the importance of creating multiple decision procedures. Thanks for your time, and feel free to leave a comment.